From power yoga to hot yoga, it can be really hard to figure out which yoga is right for you. So here with tips, we welcome back to AM Northwest clinical psychologist Goli Sadie. Good to see you.
Nice to have you back.
Thank you. Great to be
So
back.
we've been talking a lot about yoga lately in our office. I think it's because I'm coming from an injury, he's coming off of surgery. And so, but why is it historically that yoga has been attractive to a lot of people?
Well, you know, yoga's foundations really started with meditation. So back in the day, folks would be able to sit in meditation for, hours at a time. And then the bodies couldn't handle that anymore.
Right.
So a lot of yoga really now is about back health, it's about hip health, flexibility, building strength. And a lot of the research is finding that it's helpful psychologically, cognitively, and physiologically. There's a lot of benefits to practicing yoga.
All right, well, let's talk about a few of them. And none of these are from, so vinyasa, what is that?
So vinyasa right now is one of the most popular forms of yoga that you'll find at a lot of gyms, fitness centers, things of that nature. It's very flow-based. It's a little bit faster. People who want a little bit more of a workout will find that it's really helpful for them. Sun salutations you may have heard of. They might do them over and over again, a lot of breathing. Some power yoga that you'll be hearing in core yoga or those Pilates types of moves sometimes will be molded into the vinyasa. So a lot of it will also have to do with the teacher.
And are those for relaxation? Are those for weight loss? Are they for muscle building?
Yeah, so that's a little bit more muscle building, cardio. Some people will find
Burn the calories.
Yeah, it's one of the highest burning calories of all the different types of yoga is vinyasa.
Also hatha yoga.
Hatha is a lot of strength. So you might find yourself in a warrior pose for several minutes at a time. And that's something that's quite common, but a lot of the gentle yoga classes also are coming from a hatha style. So a basic yoga class, somebody who's really starting out, maybe doesn't want the cardio and huffing and puffing, right? But they just kind of want to build that strength. It can be a really great thing for them to try.
Would that be a good beginning?
It could be a great beginning class, yeah.
Because I've walked into yoga classes and been completely intimidated and walked right out.
Exactly. Like a gentle yoga fitness will oftentimes have hatha as its foundation.
Does yoga require great patience? It seems to me, again, I have no clue what's going on here.
Yeah.
Seems to me that yoga is slow. You're holding the position.
Yeah.
It's as you mentioned, meditative. And we
Yeah.
live in an ADD world. I don't know if you know that, but we're over there. So,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't have the patience for that.
Yeah, but it's building that, and I think that's where it helps cognitively because it helps people with improvement in their memory and their concentration, their ability to be patient, to be more compassionate, and to be kind. And so it's really something where you want to cultivate that, and to kind of counteract that ADHD culture as you're talking about.
Then there's yin yoga.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite kinds of yoga. It's more of the restorative. And so that's something, Dave, I don't know how you'll feel about it, but it's a lot of kind of, props and blankets and really laying there for 5 to 7 minutes.
Laying there?
Yeah.
Well, that I can do.
It really
that
can be.
And is that like holding a pose or a stretch?
Exactly. So you might have a bolster in front of you and you'll be stretched over it and there'll be meditative music. So it really challenges you on the meditation lens of it. But there's a great studio in Old Town Sherwood that I go to. They have phenomenal restorative that I'd really recommend to you guys.
And that's probably more for like people who are stressed out, a way to go and...
Absolutely.
Is it something you would do in the morning or maybe late in your day?
I've seen it both ways. I've seen it some in the morning to just have you calm and rejuvenated, sometimes at the end of the day to help you sleep.
Yeah.
It'll be really popular then.
So how many poses would you say you take on during yin?
Yin, it might not be more than 4 to 5 poses.
Wow, I can remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
But you hold them for a
Exactly.
long time.
You do, yeah, and you're breathing into them. And they're pretty gentle, so you have a lot of blankets and props and things like that.
Now, we have a few more we want to get through, but
Yeah.
I have to ask, is it something that you want to you take classes for, or can you learn these and do them at home alone?
I would really recommend doing them in a class because teachers can help with alignment to make sure that you're not injured. I think in yoga, a lot of folks can get injured by forcing something to happen that's not supposed to, and they can help you with blocks and straps and things like that.
There's also hot yoga. People are really into this. This is very popular.
It's very popular. At the same time, there really isn't evidence to suggest that it's better or worse than other forms of yoga. It really depends on your preferences. But at the same time, some will say that you might be more injured because you're really heating things up, and so you're moving in directions that your body may not be ready for. Others really like the sweating, and so it works for them. But I would always say consult with a doctor, especially for the hot yoga, because it can get to be about 105 degrees in there.
Oh, wow.
You can, Bikram yoga, you can get, having taken the class, you can walk out of there just a little dazed.
Yeah, people will get lightheaded, nauseous, some people will become ill in class. I haven't tried it, so.
Sounds fun to me. Iyengar. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes, that's correct. So that's very alignment focused. And you will find that, they really want to make sure that you're using your, again, straps, blankets, things like that to make sure that you're properly aligned for that.
And what does that mean by alignment? What's the benefit of that? Is it in case maybe you're hunched over all the time? Is it restorative to your posture and core?
It helps to prevent injuries. That's the biggest thing, is that if you're doing it wrong, you can tweak something and really have more pain as a result of that. And so it's really making sure that it's one of the safer forms, actually, of yoga for folks.
But isn't there aerial yoga wrapped up into this as well?
So aerial is separate, and that's become really popular too, and that's in the hammocks. So a lot of acrobatic types of things, like thinking about the circus. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I've tried that, a little terrifying. But,
yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
So
what are you doing in a hammock?
So you are doing a lot of inversion, so you might be upside down, you might be suspended, you use it as resistance as well to get into certain poses. It's a great workout, though. It's quite challenging, but it's a really fun form of yoga.
And is that the same as acrobatic yoga?
Acrobatic is something that you can actually use a partner to do, and so that's oftentimes you'll see people flying and have these beautiful pictures you'll see on Instagram of partners getting each other into certain poses. That can be a little bit more of acrobatic. Yeah.
Let's set up for a class,
no,
shall we?
I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't think so. I was going to say that sounds a little strange.
Really?
I think, yeah.
I've done it before, and it's interesting, but it's very up close and personal, I will say that.
You want to do it with somebody you like, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I guess we won't. All right, we'll have this too on our website so folks can review it.
Sounds great.
Thanks for coming in today. Always
Thank
good
you
to
for
see
having
you.
me. Always great to be here.